Let go or be dragged. Today I'm going to tell you the story of Sarah, a 52-year-old mother of two, a happily married woman who unfortunately went through a stroke and shocked her into being completely incapacitated from the life that she was living. Now, a little bit of a background story with Sarah. She really had a hard time with letting people do anything for her. She was the matriarch of the household. Everyone depended on her. She's a hardworking woman and never took really breaks from work, would always work overtime, and just would constantly overgive and overfunction and overgive and overfunction until she no longer could, and she was halted because of her health. She had no capacity to do anything because of the stroke. And that's why I started our conversation today with let go or be dragged. Sarah had a lot of signs beforehand that she needed to make a change happen, and she wasn't listening. She was so used to doing everything and overfunctioning that she didn't know how to receive. She would only give, but she didn't know how to receive. Her life was fully out of balance, and life requires a balancing experience. There's a reciprocity with all of our relationships and symbiosis with all that exists in life. And she wasn't operating from natural laws. She was only operating from a one-sided perspective, which is to overgive and overfunction. And her body was giving her signs for years and decades that she needed to slow down, take a break, receive. And it took her having a stroke to be forced. So let go or be dragged. Be forced to stop and receive. She started working with me after her stroke, barely just learning how to adjust to being in a vulnerable position and receiving help from her husband to help her brush her hair, receiving help from her friends to bring her food, receiving help from her children to take her to her doctor's appointments. And she really struggled with this because she was so embarrassed and she felt so weak and she felt so burdened. And this feeling started way before her stroke. It was the main reason why she overfunctioned. Not having addressed that core wounding that resulted in her overfunctioning, which is feeling that she's a burden, that she's not allowed to receive, that it is a sign of weakness, or that it's absolutely unsafe to be taken care of, or that nobody wants to take care of her, resulted in her being in a position where she was forced to receive. I share this video with you because a lot of us overfunction and a lot of us have that same wounding of not feeling like it's safe to receive or to be taken care of. So if you can relate to either of those feelings where it's hard to receive or be cared for, or that you overfunction or overgive and overdo beyond your own capacity, I invite you to see that there might be a connection there, and that they can be quite dangerous at some point and can cause a halting health concern or health ailment, something such as a stroke. My hope was to help you build some awareness, to notice that these two core areas of how you feel about yourself, it's hard for me to receive, and how you function, I overdo and I overgive, may result in you getting physically hurt. And to stop that pattern, or to stop that from happening before it happens for you. And that's where you can choose to let go of something rather than be dragged, and take change back in your hands. Take the control and the power of change back in your hands. Before change forces you through halting you, you can start transitioning to a new way of being in a way that's easier and more gentle and just better for you overall. Okay, so if this video helped you in any way, please go ahead and leave a comment below, and I'll catch you in the next video. May peace be with you.